Mommy. I would just like to thank you for being here and scrambling up the time for this interview. And I would also like to thank my father, the camera person, for scrambling up his time to do the camera. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Is that okay?
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here.
When and where were you born?
Well, I was born in the summertime in 1981 in Ypsilanti, Michigan.
What month?
In July.
What are 3 other important events in your life?
Well, 3 other important events in my life are when I got married to Daddy and when I had my children. The first one, my oldest child, who's Emily, and my youngest child, Abigail.
What is your full name and why were you named this?
Would you like to also know when those events occurred?
Oh, yeah.
I got married to Daddy in 2005, and then you were born in 2009, and little child was born in 2011.
What is your full name and why were you named this?
Well, my full name when I was born was Sarah Christine Randall. When I got married, I changed it, and I became Sarah Randall Crawford. My mom named me Sarah because it's from the Bible, and in Hebrew it means princess, and I think that's pretty fitting. But my middle name, my grandfather, his middle name was Christian, and so my mom named me that for him.
What were you like as a kid?
Well, I was pretty determined. I had really specific ideas about how I wanted things done, and my mom would say that I was bossy.
Tell me one of your adventures.
Well, I had a lot of adventures as a kid. When we were little and living in Michigan, we had this awesome cart that 2 people could ride in, and it was like a cart that you might hook up to a pony or something, but we didn't have a pony. But we did have dogs, and so my dad would hook it up to the dog, our Old English sheepdog. Her name was Duffy, and Duffy would take us all around the neighborhood.
As a child, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Well, I wanted to be a lot of things. First, I wanted to be an actress. Then I wanted to be a teacher. And then one time I wanted to be a marine biologist.
Did any of those things happen?
Well, no, I didn't become any of those things.
What's a marine biologist?
Well, a marine biologist is somebody who studies the ocean and studies the ocean life, the plants and animals that live in the ocean, and learn about how the ocean contributes to our lives.
And why did you want to be those things?
Well, I thought I wanted to be an actress because I really like acting. And I wanted to be a teacher because my mom was a teacher, and so I really looked up to her. And I wanted to be a marine biologist because when I was in 3rd or 4th grade, I studied Jacques Cousteau and learned all about him. He was a marine biologist, and we learned quite a bit from him. And so I thought he was pretty cool, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to live on a boat in the middle of the ocean.
What is your first job?
Well, my very first job that I got paid for, I parked cars at concerts. So I didn't really park cars. I would direct traffic on where to go to park their cars. So I would this way.
In 2014, you ran for state senate. Tell me about being a candidate.
Well, I really enjoyed being a candidate. It was a lot of work. I spent not a lot of time at home that year, I don't think. I worked full time, and I was a candidate, and I was a mom, so I had just a few things going on. But I really enjoyed it. I got to talk with a lot of voters, a lot of constituents across the district where I was running. I, of course, had to talk to a lot of donors because I was raising money. But I enjoyed it. It was a great honor to be the champion and to be the voice for Franklin and Wake counties.
Who did you run against?
Well, I ran against a man named Chad Barefoot. He's a senator.
Did you win?
I did not win. I lost.
Who is the oldest in your family?
Well, the oldest person in my family is my grandmother, and she'll be 88 the day after Christmas, and her name is Kitty Moore.
Who is your favorite musician?
Musician. My favorite musician is Keb Mo.
Why do you like Kenmo?
I really like his music. It's really soulful. It's in the category of Mississippi Delta blues, and I really like the rhythm. I like the music, and I like the stories that he tells in his music.
Do you play an instrument?
I do. I play the piano, and I played the tuba, and I played trombone, and I also sing.
What makes you like these things?
Well, music is really important, and important to me. I think it's important for a lot of people. I came to love music because my mom made me take piano lessons when I was a little kid, and I really didn't like taking piano lessons. But she said we had to do something musical when we were little and growing up, and so she made me take piano lessons. And when I was in 5th grade, I changed and I decided to be in the band, and I just really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I stuck with it.
What is your favorite movie and why?
Well, my favorite movie, if I have to pick one, which is really hard, I would say Gone with the Wind.
And why?
Oh, well, it's a classic. It's about a really important time in our nation's history, during the Civil War, and it was also the first movie that was in color. Before 1939, all movies were in black and white, if you can believe that. And that and The Wizard of Oz were 2 movies that came out in 1939 that were in color.
What is something people don't know? A lot of people don't know about you.
Well, I think people probably don't know that when I was a kid in 1989, I got to be on national television on Late Night with David Letterman with my family.
Cool. That is the end of our interview.
Well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.